Have you ever noticed how some days you feel steady as a rock, while others you're reaching for the wall just to stay upright? Maybe it's happened while you were walking down the stairs or carrying a bag of groceries. That little wobble, that moment where you catch yourself, might seem like no big deal. But what if I told you that your balance could be a window into how long you'll live? I know that sounds like a bold claim, but stick with me, because today we're diving into something simple, powerful, and something you can do right now. The 5-second balance test that researchers say can predict your longevity. Now, I'm not here to scare you. I'm here to empower you. At 60, 70, or beyond, you're not just living, you're thriving, and you want to keep it that way. The good news? Balance isn't just something you lose with age. It's something you can improve, and it starts with understanding where you stand, literally. In this video, we're going to walk through what this 5-second balance test is, why it matters, and 5 practical ways to boost your balance so you can keep doing the things you love. Whether that's gardening, dancing with your grandkids, or just feeling confident on your morning walk. By the end, you'll have a clear plan to test yourself and take control of your health. Let's get started. First, let's talk about the test itself. It's so simple you might wonder how it could possibly tell you anything about your future. All you need is a flat surface, a timer, or just count to 5 in your head, and maybe a chair or wall nearby for safety. Here's how it works. Stand on one leg, lift the other foot slightly off the ground, and hold that position for 5 seconds. Sounds easy, right? But here's the catch. Research shows that if you can't hold this pose for at least 5 seconds, it could be a sign that your body's sending you a warning. A study from the Journal of Gerontology found that people over 60 who struggled with this test were more likely to face health challenges down the road. Why? Because balance isn't just about your legs. It's about your muscles, your brain, your nervous system, all working together to keep you steady. Now, before you grab your sneakers and try this, let me share a quick story. My friend Joan, who's 68, thought she was in great shape. She walks every day, does her crossword puzzles, stays active. But when she tried this test at a community health fair, she was shocked. She could barely hold it for 3 seconds before her foot hit the ground. It wasn't just embarrassing. It was a wake-up call. Joan realized that even though she was active, she hadn't been paying attention to her balance. And that's the thing, balance sneaks up on you. You don't notice it slipping until you're grabbing the counter, or worse, picking yourself up off the floor. So why does this matter so much? Balance is like the foundation of a house. If it's weak, everything else starts to crumble. Poor balance increases your risk of falls, and falls are no joke. The CDC says that 1 in 4 adults over 65 falls each year, and those falls can lead to fractures, hospital stays, or even a loss of independence. But here's the flip side. Improving your balance can do more than just prevent falls. It can boost your confidence, keep your brain sharp, and yes, even add years to your life. That's why this test is such a game changer. It's a quick way to check in with your body and see where you stand. Let's move into the first way to improve your balance, because knowing where you are is just a start. The first step is to practice standing on one leg every single day. I know it sounds almost too simple, but hear me out. This isn't about becoming a flamingo. It's about training your body to stay steady. Start small. Stand next to a counter or a sturdy chair for support. Lift one foot just an inch off the ground and hold it for 5 seconds. If that's easy, try 10. Do this while you're brushing your teeth or waiting for the kettle to boil. My neighbor Bill, who's 72, started doing this every morning while he waited for his coffee to brew. Within a week, he went from wobbling at 3 seconds to holding a steady 10. It's not magic, it's consistency. The key here is to make a habit. Your muscles and brain need repetition to get stronger. And the beauty of this? You don't need a gym, fancy equipment, or even a lot of time. Just a few seconds a day can make a difference. If you're feeling shaky, don't worry. That's normal at first. Hold on to something for support, and as you get stronger, try letting go. Over time, you'll notice you're not just balancing better. You're walking with more confidence, climbing stairs without hesitation. Now that we got the first step down, let's build on it with another way to boost your balance. Strengthening your core. Your core is like the control center for your balance. Think of it as the anchor that keeps you steady, whether you're reaching for a high shelf or turning to wave at a neighbor. A strong core doesn't mean you need six-pack abs or hours at the gym. It's about engaging those muscles in your abdomen and lower back to support your whole body. One of the best ways to do this is with a simple exercise called a seated knee lift. You can do it right in your favorite chair, which makes it perfect if you're just starting out or if mobility is a challenge. Here's how it works. Sit up straight, feet flat on the floor, and slowly lift one knee toward your chest, like you're marching in place. Hold it for a second, then lower it back down. Do 10 lifts on each side. And if you feel steady, try not holding onto the chair. I saw this make a huge difference for my friend Maria, who's 71. She started doing seated knee lifts while watching her evening news. At first, she needed to hold the armrests, but after a couple weeks, she was lifting her knees without any support, and she noticed something else. She wasn't as winded when she climbed the stairs to her apartment. That's the thing about your core. It's not just about balance. It helps with everything from breathing to standing up from a chair. If you want to take it up a notch, you can try this standing. Hold on to a counter for support, lift one knee at a time, and aim for a slow, controlled movement. The key is to move with intention, not speed. Do this a few times a day, and you'll start to feel more grounded in no time. Another great thing about core exercises like this is that they're gentle but effective. You don't have to push yourself to the point of exhaustion. Even 5 minutes a day can strengthen those muscles and make you feel more stable. And here's a little tip. When you're doing these knee lifts, imagine you're pulling your belly button toward your spine. That engages your core even more and helps you get the most out of every lift. If you stick with it, you'll be amazed at how much stronger and steadier you feel, not just during the 5-second balance test, but in your everyday life. Now, let's talk about something else that's critical for balance. Your feet. I know it's not the most glamorous topic, but your feet are your foundation. If they're not strong or flexible, it's like trying to balance on a wobbly table. As we age, our feet can lose strength, and things like stiff joints or even tight shoes can make it harder to stay steady. One of the best ways to wake up your feet is with a simple toe and heel exercise. Here's how it works. Stand behind a chair for support, rise up onto your tiptoes, hold for a second, then lower back down. Next, rock back onto your heels, lifting your toes off the ground, and hold for a second. Alternate between the two. 10 times on your toes, 10 times on your heels. My cousin Ed, who's 66, started doing this after he noticed he was shuffling more when he walked. He'd do it every morning while waiting for his toes to pop up. After a month, he said his feet felt alive again, and he wasn't tripping over the rug in his living room anymore. This exercise strengthens the muscles in your feet and ankles, which are crucial for keeping you upright. Plus, it improves your flexibility, so you're less likely to stumble over uneven sidewalks or those sneaky tree roots on your walks. If you're not ready to stand, you can even do a seated version. Just flex your toes up and down while you're sitting. The point is to get those feet moving and remind them they've got a job to do. Another reason this is so important is that strong feet help you react faster. If you start a trip, those muscles kick in to catch you before you fall. And trust me, that split-second reaction can make all the difference. So, whether you're doing this in the kitchen, the living room, or even during a commercial break, make it a habit. Your feet will thank you, and you'll feel more confident with every step. Let's keep the momentum going with one more way to boost your balance. Working on your coordination. Coordination might sound like something you only needed when you were learning to dance or ride a bike, but it's a big part of staying steady as you age. Your brain and body have to work together to keep you balanced, and that communication can slow down over time. The good news? You can sharpen it with a simple activity that's almost like a game. Try this. Stand near a counter for support and toss a softball or even a rolled up pair of socks from one hand to the other. Start slow, catching it at chest level. Then try tossing it a little higher or moving your hands farther apart. Do this for a minute or two each day. It's not just about catching the ball. It's about training your brain to react quickly and your body to stay steady while you move. I saw this work wonders for my friend Clara, who's 69. She started doing this sock tossing game while chatting on the phone with her sister. At first, she dropped the socks more than she caught them, but she laughed it off and kept going. After a few weeks, she noticed she wasn't just better at catching. She was quicker on her feet when she walked her dog, dodging those unexpected tugs on the leash. This kind of exercise wakes up your nervous system and helps your brain and muscles stay in sync. If tossing a ball feels too tricky, you can start by tapping your foot to music or even tracing shapes in the air with your finger while standing. The goal is to challenge your brain to coordinate with your body in new ways. It's fun, it's quick, and it makes a real difference. The best part about coordination exercises is that they don't feel like work. You can do them while you're waiting for dinner to cook or during a quiet moment in your day. And every time you practice, you're building a stronger connection between your brain and your body, which is exactly what you need to ace that 5-second balance test and stay confident on your feet. Now, let's wrap up with one final piece of the puzzle: staying consistent with a balanced routine. All these tips, standing on one leg, strengthening your core, waking up your feet, and sharpening your coordination, are powerful, but they only work if you make them part of your life. Think of it like watering a plant. A little bit every day keeps it thriving, but skip it for too long and it starts to wilt. You don't need hours or fancy equipment. Just a few minutes a day. Pick one or two of these exercises and tie them to something you already do, like brushing your teeth, watching your favorite show, or making your morning coffee. That way, it becomes a habit, not a chore. Take my Uncle Ray, for example. He's 74 and started with just a one-leg stand while he waited for his tea to steep. Then he added the toe and heel exercise during his evening stretch. Now, he's holding that 5-second balance test for a full 10 seconds, and he says he feels steadier than he has in years. It didn't happen overnight, but those small, consistent steps added up, and that's what I want for you. Small changes that lead to big results. Whether you're starting from a wobbly 3 seconds or you're already steady as a rock, there's always room to grow stronger. As you think about these tips, remember why you're doing this. It's not just about passing a test. It's about staying active, independent, and ready for whatever life throws your way. Whether that's chasing after grandkids, tending to your garden, or just enjoying a walk without worry. Every step you take to improve your balance is a step toward a longer, healthier, happier life. So, give these exercises a try and let me know how it goes. Drop a comment below and share your experience with the 5-second balance test, or which tip you're going to start with. I'd love to hear from you. If you found this helpful, please give a video a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button for more tips to keep you feeling strong and vibrant at any age. You got this, and I'm cheering you on. Here's to standing tall, staying steady, and living your best life.